Hey Soup, welcome back. It's Claytano. Thank you guys so much for tuning in as always. And this is another episode of the top arena defenses and why they work. And my cat's in the background. Just ignore him. He's got his butt in, the back of my head. Just wiggle, wiggle. Anyway, so a couple weeks ago or a couple episodes ago, I actually talked about how your defense should counter Lucians, because that's a super common arena offense that is out there. So now we want to talk about how to counter the next, in my opinion, next most common arena offense out there, and Lucians. So you have to take care of two types of arena offenses in one single arena defense. So just to get right into it, there's a couple people on my list that are on my guild, or in my guild, and Dabadon 8 is actually running a very interesting composition right now, which features the Dark Horus. Okay, this is a unit that I think just got legend on an arena defense last week by Foix, if I'm not mistaken. And basically, it's just like what makes this unit so good is that it increases its own attack bar by 25% every time the opponent gets a turn. So to kind of put it into layman's terms and to explain why this unit is so good right now in arena defense is because this one thing takes care of both Lucians and Cleaves. Because if you have your Bernard go, and then you have your Seek go, and then you have your first Lucian go, well, guess what? It already gained 75% of its attack bar. If its attack bar was at least 50% by the time your Seek went, he's already cutting in between that, and he is guess what? He's got an AoE that if you put that on Despair, if you put the Horus on Despair, he could potentially stun your Lucian that's going, unless it's on Will. Okay, so that's what makes that super strong. So he attacks all enemies with, so not only does it stun, but it also decreases 30% of their attack bar and also their attack speed by 2 turns with a 50% chance, and it increases according to your attack speed. Like the amount of OPness in one LD monster is pretty ridiculous. I wish I had one, to be honest. I wish I had one. So for all of you that are out there and have one, congratulations, but it's actually a really good unit. For arena defense, not really for much else, I would say, maybe TOA, but really for arena defense, because if you don't stun it with the Despair, you're at least going to reduce its attack bar, which is going to it's going to screw up the entire turn order of the enemy's team, enemy's units. And then, if nothing else, it's going to slow them down, so that way they'll not get another turn after that, potentially. Okay, so that's that. And decreases the attack bar by 30. So it decreases the attack bar on every skill that it uses. It's always decreasing your attack bar, which is completely screwing up combos everywhere. Everywhere. It's screwing up combos everywhere. And then you have I'm sure you got the Despair Nemesis Praha in there as well, just to deal with Lucians and to make room for it against Cleave teams, because the Cleave teams are going to be a little bit slower, and potentially you can stun this and whatever else. And then you have this to make sure that you have to bring something to dispel you, and you don't have to worry about really having will runes on any of these monsters. And then you got the Wind Monkey King there just for shoots and giggles. And that's for it has its own damage reducing skill inside, so it's tanky, and then it also gives you that 33% leader skill, HP leader skill. So I'll just show you guys how this works. So I'm gonna try to Lucian it, and of course it's definitely not gonna work. I'm telling you guys right now, it's not gonna work, but I'm doing this to show you guys, to give you an example of a team that counters both Lucians and Cleaves. And I'll explain Cleaves later, because it's not exactly well known of what a Cleave is. So I'll explain that as well. But look at his attack bar. It's already about 75%. Even though my Bernard is pushing 290 speed, it's already at 75%, which is normal. It's not going to be at 0% at the start of the game. So my guess is he's going to cut in between my Seek and my first Lucian even. And he's got Will on his Praha, so I'm not sure if that's running Nemesis Despair or if it's Nemesis Will. We'll see. So already he's max attack bar. I do one more, he's gonna get over clicked with his attack bar and stun my team. Here we go. Oh, no, he didn't. So he didn't get it. It's a little bit too slow. He's a little bit too slow, so he didn't go in between there, and he's definitely gonna go in between these two. But it's okay because I have Will on this one, which a lot of Lucian teams do have Will on their second one just because of, you know, Vermoses on Nemesis and whatever else could go wrong for that second Lucian. But let's just see if this is on Nemesis Will. If it is, it's bad news. If it's not, increase attack bar and Daydream, it's over, and then the attack bar decrease, and then this Lucian's not going to do enough damage because his team is at least tanky enough to survive that first Lucian and then completely get full healed by Praha, who's amazing. So this comp definitely needs that Praha in there to be successful. So as you can see, there's not much else I can do once I have my first turn off. His whole team is still alive. It's got all of its skills, and like, what do I do? It's game over. Okay, there's no point in showing the rest of it because it's over. It's gonna whittle me down. I'm not gonna do enough damage to kill all 4 of these units with no skills left. So that's Lucian's super good defense there. And then we'll just do it again using a Cleave team. So for Cleave is something where you have at least 2 AoE nukers plus a Galleon, all on Will. Now he also has the Velagil there, so I have to bring a buff stripper with me instead of being able to bring 3 nukes plus Galleon all on Will and then having shield on either one of my nukes or Galleon, but I prefer it on my nukes because I want to have my Galleon on oh god. I want to have my Galleon on Violent to be able to kind of just deal with other Camillas. That's his purpose on Violent. Otherwise, I'd put him on Shield too. So it forces me to bring at least Triton. It doesn't have to be Triton. It could be any buff stripper, Soha, Aquila, anything. It doesn't have to be Tosi, Zeros, but these happen to be my best ones, so I like to use them as a combination. It could be Amir, it could be Sigmarus even if you didn't have anything else. But yeah, so just look at what's gonna happen. He's gonna go first, or she's gonna go first. This one will probably go next if I had to guess. It's gonna buff the attack bar. I may not even get a turn off before I'm completely stunned. May not even get a turn off. We'll see. Okay, so Velagil went first. She derped, and oh my god. So the monkey really tried to do its thing on me, but as you can see, if I would have, if Praha didn't derp, then this would be game over because it doesn't matter if I have Tiana. That thing probably would have completely, messed up my turn order. My Galleon could have gone after my Zeros, it could have gone after my Tosi, or I could have gotten off my Galleon and my Zeros perfectly fine if I had Tiana. However, my second nuke wouldn't have been able to go because this guy would have cut in between, and then AoE not defense broke, but attack bar reduced my team. So there is still a possibility that I can lose this match, and that would be if I don't remove buffs on at least, I would say, Praha and Amadat. I think that's his name or whatever it is. Or at least 2 out of the 3, I would say. I need 2 out of the 3. Because I don't have... Okay, so I got 2 out of the 3. but it's definitely on Nemesis Will, which, in my opinion, it's fine. I think it would still be okay if it wasn't Nemesis Will. But I think he could have been okay with using Despair. In my opinion, it would have been a little bit more threat, a little bit scarier, but even still, it's a really good defense, and if that Praha didn't derp, then it would have been game over, okay? Unless all of its skills derped. Even against the Tiana, like I said, even against the Tiana team, the Tiana Cleave where I used Tiana instead of him, it still wouldn't have mattered because all of the attack bars will be all fucked up, all screwed up, and that'll be all she wrote. Okay, so let's take a look at another guildie. We got Green Paladin or Ariyuki. Let's just take a look. I don't know what he's running right now. Alright. So this one has a little bit less threat to Cleaves, but it has a little bit more threat to Lucians. And let me just check what Green Paladin's running. This one's same thing. It doesn't have as much threat to Cleaves. The only real thing that could go bad is if Praha stripped everybody and stunned them. If she doesn't stun anybody, the chances of me winning are still pretty high. If she doesn't stun any single one of them, okay? Chances are still pretty high. If she does stun one, chances are pretty low. But neither of these are Lucianable. Again, doesn't matter whether I'm running speed Lucians or slow Lucians with a Chloe buff. The fact that he still has a buff stripper in there is what makes it work. Okay, and I know the buff strippers are so rare because there's only a few really good ones out there, and Praha is probably one of the better ones. Of course, Triton, Juno, Chiwu. I already had 3 fingers up, so I just kept it up. But yeah, so that's really what makes these defenses work. So if you get one of those, just cherish it with everything you have. But this isn't gonna work against this because I'm pretty sure this is again Nemesis Will, because if you have a Will Praha that's not on Nemesis, it's kind of defeating the purpose. I hope it's on Nemesis. Yeah, that's weird. It didn't heal. What? Since when does a Praha not heal? Anyway, so it's probably still okay. The team is still okay because it has a super man mode Lucian counter right there, and it also has a Camila that's gonna kill my one answer to Kumar. Really, that's when it comes down to it, and it's gonna kill it in one turn here. And the Kumar, look at, I got defense broken on both of these guys. So the Kumar is gonna go and then kill both of them. It's over. It's over. Oh, dead. Yep, both are dead. Bye, bye, bye. Okay, so you see how that works. Now, if I use a Cleave type composition against these guys, this same team here, let's take a look. So again, it has the Will buffer, it has the stripper, it has, all these other things. So I definitely need to bring Triton still, and I'll use the same composition and go from there. So this team, it's super susceptible to Tiana Cleaves in my opinion, because if you don't stun Tiana, then it's game over. But at least in this situation against me, if you get one stun, I can't remove the stun from anybody with Triton at the same time as I remove the Will from the other team, and at the same time increase my own attack bar. I can't do that with Triton, unfortunately. Oh, fuck. I just hit him in the face with a skill 1. That's not what I meant to do. We should still be okay, I hope. Yeah, we should be okay. It might be close, but we should be okay. Should be okay. I'm a little nervous now. That was kind of a not a fun mess up. but I wasn't paying attention. Rip. Rip me. Rip me, guys. We should still be okay. Yeah, Kumar didn't get a heal off. And then I got my Galleon, which again is resisted. So that's nice to be resisted. Love it. But at least Camila used her second skill to kill him, so she doesn't proc against my other monsters. And we should be okay. Yep. So done. So even though I'm completely messed up, luckily it wasn't fully willed. Even though the Draco didn't use his third skill, it doesn't really matter. Wouldn't have made a difference. His full team pretty much went before mine anyway, except for the Kumar, I think, and the Camila didn't go. But yeah, again, the Kumar would have just blew his load into a full will and shield team, and it wouldn't have made a difference. So let's just take a look at Maxim now, the last one. So this is a little bit more interesting, okay? Because he has really just an amazing monsters. I'm definitely jealous. So you can gamble if you don't know the person. You could gamble that his Tiana, even though she has a 33% leader skill, speed leader skill, that your Bernard will still outspeed them, and you can get off your full combo with just one or two Lucians and kill them both dead. But if you're kind of a pussy and just want to be, kind of a wimp and just want to be safe about it, then you do this and you just match it in. Pretty much no Tiana is going to be faster than a Bernard. You can almost guarantee it unless you're completely playing out of your realm. That's the nicest way I can put it. So what's going to happen though? I'm going to have my Lucian go. I'm going to hope that it kills the Galleon, the Fairy King, and the Tiana all at once. And then if I happen to kill the Zeros at the same time, that's just great. That's just butter on the cake. Icing on the cake. Yeah, it's just icing on the cake. But he's got shield, so that could be a little bit harder for me, because that first skill is going to do only about 6,000 damage if I had to guess, and then each one after that's about 8,000, maybe 8 or 9,000, so 9, 18, so about 25,000. So if he's got 25,000 HP or more, he's probably looking in pretty good shape. If not, I might have this one. Who's got the shield runes? I have no idea. Maybe it's the Galleon. Maybe it's the Fairy King. I don't know. It's one of them. I don't think it's... Okay, so he came back to life. He's gonna kill this one. Nope. Now he's gonna kill that one. That's up. He's gonna go. And then Zeros is gonna come flame breath me, and it's over. Okay, so that's what happens. So if you have a team, you want to make sure that you're at least gonna survive one Lucian. Okay, so now let's do the same thing again, but let's do just the Bernard. Just the Bernard. Because if I have two Lucians, I could potentially win this. Again, it's not a surefire thing, so I got a little bit better chance now. My Bernard is faster than the Tiana, even with the speed boost. Now I thought maybe I saw Nemesis on the Fairy King. I'm not sure, but we'll see. We'll find out right now. Yes, it does have attack bar increasing, so that way he can use two skills at once, which is super smart. Is he gonna kill my entire team? No. So that was a little bit closer, but it's definitely, as long as everything works, it's gonna fuck up our Cleave team. Just screw up a Cleave team really badly. Yeah, he's asking me what I used, so I pretty much, to be honest, I could 100% clear that every single time. Your mouth. 100% clear that every single time, as long as I just have my Bernard faster. If his Tiana was faster than my Bernard with no speed leader, I'm pretty sure he would have it. That's about what it comes down to with that defense. Also, the fact that, you know, AI can derp here and there, but Tiana's pretty good AI. Fairy King's pretty good AI. You know, Galleon and Zeros can, or they're not. They're just not. But anyway, so we'll do the same thing here. Okay, I don't need a speed leader, so I can go with more damage with these two guys, and we'll check it out. Is it gonna counter my Lucians? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's gonna counter Lucians. I mean, the Perna alone is a little bit harder. Oh god, this is why I don't show guild chat when I play. Oh, it's so embarrassing. Okay, so I'm guessing this is on Nemesis. That's not true. That's not true. Don't listen to that, guys. It's not true. This is on Nemesis. If it is, it's gonna heal and it's gonna throw up glancing at the same time and will on everybody, and I'm screwed. If it's not on Nemesis, I'm okay. But since it doesn't have will, at this level, it's got Nemesis. It really does. You have to have Nemesis on a monster like that. Is it gonna proc in between? Yes. Am I gonna do anything? Not enough. Not enough. I don't think I have enough in me. Yep, so that's pretty much the best you can do. Again, if the beta didn't have Nemesis, I would have won. It's just that simple one single rune. That one single rune set on a monster can make you win or lose. You can replace that with a Beladion. If it's got good enough runes on Violent Nemesis, it's going to take the damage, it's going to heal everybody up, and boost their attack bar so that way they have a chance to go in between those two Lucians at the same time. Yeah, I mean, that's what it is. So next up here, we will check out if it has, if it's good against Cleave. Again, it's got the will runes or the immunity from this skill here. It likes to use it a lot on its first turn as well, which is weird because everybody's at full HP. But it is what it is. So the only things that can really go wrong are if I get stunned at all by the Chiwu, if I get if I get my Galleon provoked, that could be another thing that could go wrong. And if Chiwu strips my team and she already put up her immunity and Perna then stuns turn one my my Triton. So there's a few things that can go wrong, but it all is stemming off of Chiwu using his third skill. If he doesn't use his third skill, I'm pretty much in the clear. So that's why Cleave teams are a little bit safer against these types of compositions, because it is based on AI and RNG luck. It's not just, do they have Nemesis runes? Do they have potentially a faster team than my Bernard is? So, I mean, that's really what it boils down to. So that's why I prefer having a Cleave team, and then I just Lucian against teams like Max's, where there's not much threat outside of it. But look, so it used its turn. It didn't stun anybody. This is okay. I'm okay still with Will. Oh, and then, oh, that's too bad. That's too bad that these two guys didn't even move before my Triton goes. That is too bad. Because that now leaves me the opportunity to remove that threat of him provoking my Galleon, to remove that threat of if Chiwu did strip the will from him, if he would have gotten stunned and then wouldn't have been able to remove will runes. So, you know, you got to keep that in mind. Of course, you're not going to know exactly who you're up against all the time to know what speed you have to have them at. But, I mean, with a 24% speed leader, they got to at least be hitting probably 200 speed. At least. But again, this comp is not really countering Tiana cleaves. It's not doing much against that. So we'll just finish it off here. There's really not much else at this point that can go wrong. I have 100% crit on all of my monsters on my 2 nukes, so it was pretty much over. Even if I resisted on the Perna, it wasn't gonna make a difference. It was still gonna happen. So, but other than that, I just, I'll fight the guildies for today. I don't want to make it too long. I like keeping them within about 25-30 minutes for all these. I hope you guys learned a lot through it, trying to counter both offenses now at the same time. And then there are a few other offenses out there that we'll go over in future episodes, of course. And of course, as the meta changes, how to keep evolving with it as well. And hit subscribe so you guys don't miss that. Those come out quite often. And hit a like because it helped you. And hit a comment in the comment section below if you have a question. Yeah. So anyway, guys, thank you as always. Stay soupy. Okay, so I'm gonna do stay soupy. Don't be potatoes. I love you guys. Bye bye. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. If you want to see my previous video, you can click on the link or visit me on Facebook, Twitch, Instagram, and Twitter. Also, I just started making t-shirts, so check out my website at www.claytano.com to see all of my gamer-inspired apparel. And as always, stay soupy and don't be a potato.